Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Higher Grounds podcast. Pastor Matthew Tucker, pastor of the Gordon Heights Baptist Church in Concord, North Carolina. And we'll be giving you a morning meditation this morning out of the Gospel of John, chapter number 6 and verse number 66. There's 71 verses in John chapter 6. Very busy chapter. A lot is taking place in this chapter. And I'm interested in one verse, and we'll say a few things concerning some of these verses. But in verse 66, this is what the Bible said. And from that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. When you study the last few verses of John chapter number 6, you'll notice that there's a group of folks that denied biblical truth. Jesus is given what we call the bread of life discord in this text, and some of those folks, followers that were following him, that's a hard saying. Matter of fact, they said that in the scripture, who can hear it? In other words, they denied the truth that Jesus talked about. I want you to think about this thought this morning. There's a horror of a hard heart. These denied truths, you'll find, because if they had a hard heart, they denied declare truth. In verse 35, Jesus makes a statement. He proclaims something here, a very profound statement in verse 35. He said, I am the bread of life. If you're familiar with the 7 I am sayings in the Gospel of John, you'll know that this is the first of those 7 sayings. Jesus, I'm the bread, I'm the light, I'm the door, I'm the good shepherd, I'm the resurrection, I'm the way, the truth, the life, I am the true vine. So this is a very declared, they denied the declared truths here in verse number 35. You'll notice in this text 6 times Jesus said that he was not only the bread, it was bread from heaven. He said this bread came down. So this was divine truth, because Jesus speaks about him coming down. And so their hearts are hardened. They denied that truth. Thirdly, they denied doctrinal truth. When you get to verses 50 through 56, Jesus takes this physical necessities of life of bread. Bread was very important in that time. He takes this life's necessity and he uses it as a spiritual application. And he talks about them eating bread. As a matter of fact, he called his flesh bread. And so they denied doctrinal truths concerning salvation. And so we have a lot of folks that in our day denying doctrinal truths concerning biblical salvation. They argue whether or not is repentance still part of the church, that people say we just got to believe, not to repent. And so there's a lot of folks that deny doctrinal truths concerning salvation. And so when the horrors of a hard heart is this, there's some things that you'll deny. The person that has a hard heart will deny define truth. They'll deny declare truth, and they'll deny doctrinal truth. Matter of fact, at the end of this chapter, Jesus talks about Judas Iscariot. He said many of those disciples walked no more and followed him, but he knew from the beginning who would believe and who would not believe. And so this is the horrors of the hard heart. You reject doctrinal truths concerning salvation. The horrors is this: you will spend eternity in the lake of fire. Think on these things this morning.